How do we know that our head is truly turned off? Does it relate just to spiritual practices or to do more parts of our lives? All related to how to turn the head off.
Yeah, if you ask that question your head is not off. And buy 2 books from the Timeless Reality, one for yourself, one for others. This process is not an easy process. Means turning of one's head off is the shutting of their dunya and their understanding of dunya. And every discussion and every understanding and every contemplation is to put the actions of the heart and faith of the heart. So it's never truly finished, it's a continuous battle. That people think that because they have a head then they begin to quote that Allah gave us a aql. So we have an intellect, and these are intellectual Muslims that appear with the ties and no sunnah covering on their head and barely have even a beard, and they come out in ties and karavat and crosses on their neck and come and talk to you in suits and say, Allah gave us a aql so we must use our head. And it's not true because aql means something different than what they understood. Allah gave us an ayn, an ancient knowledge. Allah gave us a qaf of Qur'an al-Majid and a lam of lisan al-haq. This is a conveyance of eternal divine knowledge in aql. Note the fact that you use your head. Allah gave us a head and gave us a heart and said, here you go, you're on earth, good luck. And those whom use their head they lend themselves to shaitan, and those whom nourished their heart and deactivated their head. Deactivated their head, that's what we described Imam Ali salam. He has a sword with a headhunter which has the lam alif on it to come to teach us, I'm the one of my responsibilities is the guarding of the gate. If you're coming into this gate of realities, this lam alif has to go on your head. Don't come here with your head, don't come here with your logic, don't come here with your reason which we described. You want to use those ears that have heard nothing and compared with us, and you want to use the eyes have seen nothing and keep arguing with us. It's impossible to do that. Shut that off. So then they trained on how to shut the head off. If they shut that reality off, Allah opened the real reality, the true power, the true magnificence which resides within the heart of the believer. And then later Allah will activate and make the head to truly be a Khalifa, in which it will be crowned by Allah. That when you don't show your head to Allah, why you think our prayer, the apex of our prayer is in what position? The highest point of our salah, is it in your du'a, is it in your standing, is it in your ruku'? Or all awliyaullah came and taught it's in your sujood. That your highest point in your prayer is when your face hits the ground. It's most pleasing to Allah when you take the arrogance and the oppression of your character and put your face to the ground, and that your heart is at its highest point. Anyone who doesn't feel good, go into sujood. Anyone who's angry, go into sujood. Anyone who's sad, go into sujood. You are closest to Allah when your face is on the ground. And it's the most pleasing position of worshipness for Allah, because you're showing that your oppression and the oppressive nature of your reality, which is your head not your heart. Nobody oppresses by their heart. Heart is a vehicle of love. If you have no love, there's no oppression with your heart. People only oppress other people by their heads. So as soon as the oppressor goes into sujood, is Allah is happy, and this is the greatest position from Allah. So the one whom continuously brings themselves down, brings their faculty of their head down, I don't know anything. They're even trained on how to talk, so that never to give your ego a rise or a thought. Anywhere they go, I don't know. Anyone who says anything to them, I have no idea. It's not for me to give anything from my head to vindicate my head, to glorify my head, to increase the sickness of my head. But my job was to fight my head, that my head wants to give you every answer, every single debate I'm going to give you an answer from my head. And Allah training for this servant was what? Negate La ilaha illallah. So when you truly have La on your head, anyone who asks you anything you say what? La, nothing, I don't know anything. When they're able to negate themselves in nothing, 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 they may know everything. But it's of no value to say anything. Then when Allah put them in a position of authority, now your head is my Khalifa. And when you sit for that position, I sit upon your heart and I activate your head, I activate your mouth, I activate your eyes, I activate your ears, now you speak on my behalf. This is completely different understanding. So then their life was then, don't give your ego any power. If you ever deal with a shaykh and he talks to you, say, alhamdulillah, don't ever vindicate yourself. Say, you did something wrong. Say, naam, of course you did. Don't say, no I didn't, I didn't do that. Don't vindicate yourself because it's not your heart you're doing. You're actually giving power to your nafs to come back now through your head and use your mouth, your ears and your eyes against this shaykh. When they're teaching you, no, shut it off, kill it. Is La ilaha illallah. Whatever he says, you're right. You did this, even you didn't do it, doesn't matter. You say, you're right, alhamdulillah, naam, naam. Cut your head off. When the servant can train like that, then what happens? And Mawlana Shaykh would say, is this truly no mind person, right? He was very happy with that. He didn't like big-minded people, he liked big heart people. They were like birds. Big hearted servants, they fly in the zikr. They don't speak in it, they fly in the zikr because they shut their head off. They say, I have nothing to say that's going to benefit anyone and anything I say has to only benefit me. And as a result they took a way of, what's the first way of tariqah? Sab? Of silence. You put the ruq in your mouth, I have nothing to say of benefit to people and all that I say should only be benefiting me because my head is not yet a Khalifa from Allah. So my speech is only for myself, I shut it off, I have to work on myself. And when anybody asks me a question, I have nothing to benefit you, I'm still fighting against myself. As a result they shut that faculty off. Allah began to activate their heart like birds. Their heart was immense, the energy within their heart was immense, and as a result they fly in the associations. Later Allah said, now activate your head. Means you speak for me, you hear for me, you see for me. Anywhere you go you make du'as for me, so much so that you have power of kun fayakun and you are Rabbaniyun. You learn the book and you taught the book. This is what awliyaullah asked of us, that achieve this. And the more you activate that head, the farther away you are from this target. So anyone has to ask is, how do I know if my head is off? You know that when you don't talk and that you shut everything off and everybody else wins every debate, and that the only one who has to win is Allah, and you give up on any type of answer, any type of questioning, and everything is based on your heart, your meditation and your tafakkur, and you'll feel yourself flying in Divine Presence. There's no need to ask anymore. If you can't fly then you didn't reach the station of even a bird. You have to be able to fly, you have to be ethereal, in which you're so light in your soul that you're flying in the zikrs and the salawats and nasheeds and in the talks. The talks are a portal that begins to open. As soon as the shaykhs are talking then many spiritual beings are coming, this energy is then flowing and then people can reach to a hal and to an energy inshaAllah. But you'll know